Students, have you ever wondered the languages or the instructions which we give to the computer are normally English languages? How computer understands them? How computer understands what we exactly want, and at an instant they answer you everything or reply you everything. You want to know about this? Because these are high level languages. So in this video we'll be covering up high level languages. So let's start the video. To the summer of love. So students, in this part 2 video, the topics which I'm gonna cover today are high level languages, categories of high level languages, language processors, and some high level languages. Before I go further, let me revise what we did in the previous video. We knew and we got to know that computer languages is divided into two sections. One is low level language, one is high level language. So in the previous video we understood about low level languages, which are assembly language, machine languages. Now apart from that we have some high level languages also. So one by one we are gonna cover that. So let's start. Now high level languages, these are programming languages similar to English language. Yes, the syntax which I use, they are basically written in English language. User friendly, easy to understand and write a program, machine independent. The previous one, what I told you about assembly language, machine language, they are not machine independent. Means once you write that particular code in one machine, that will work in that machine only. If you copy that code and use it to other machine, it will not work. But out here in high level languages we have this facility. If you write a program in your computer and if you want to run that same program in some other's computer, that you can do. That is machine independence. And all they are called source programs because these programs again need to be translated into machine language, because at the end of the day computer understands only machine language. So every high level language, anything you have to transfer or translate it into the machine level language, and for this translation who helps? Compiler and interpreters. Okay, about compiler and interpreter we will learn next slides. Now types, high level languages are of three types. One is procedural, one is non-procedural, and the third one is natural. So let's see. Procedural languages, they were the third generation language. In the first generation we had machine language, in the second generation we had assembly language. So in the third generation, from here the high level languages started, we had procedural languages. They use English words like add, display, etc, etc. They use arithmetic operators. You know about arithmetic operators, plus, minus, multiplication sign and all. Static processing means the way it has to come from top to bottom. Okay, it is not dynamic, that anywhere you can make changes, something like that. It will not work like that. Some examples are COBOL, Fortran, BASIC. So I'll show you one COBOL programming out here. It's programming to add two numbers. So see, display to enter two numbers, except A, except B. These are variables, and sum is also a variable. They are computing and then displaying the sum. If you know COBOL programming, you would understand that. But from here, if you knew that in the previous video we saw how machine programming looks like, okay, assembly programming looks like, but it is totally different from them. Some similar English languages we are using. So in non-procedural language, it's a fourth generation language. It's very easy to use. Here programmer have to just tell what to do, not rather how to do. You just have to add it, and basic things will be done by the programming language itself. It's a dynamic processing programming as well, that wherever you want you can make some changes. Some examples are Java, C, C++. So in the procedural language, the example we saw was in COBOL programming. Here the same example we will see in C++ programming. Here two integers has been taken and one output, two numbers, enter two numbers, then the user will enter two numbers, the sum will be done, and then the sum will be displayed. Okay, so it is C++ programming. In higher classes you all will learn about these. Okay, so basically these are high level languages that you are writing this and computer is straightly understanding it. It's not like that. I am again telling this, that these are source programming which needs to be translated into machine language. Then we have natural language. It's fifth generation language, like artificial intelligence. Okay, request that resembles human speech. That whatever we say, it's a human speech which will be taken and responded by the machine, and associated with expert system and artificial intelligence. Expert systems like Siri, Google Assistant, Alexa. These are expert systems with artificial intelligence. Wherever you say something to it, it responds in the same way you are asking for a request. If you say, hello Siri, how are you? So Siri will reply, hello friend, I am good, something like that. Okay, so because they are taking the same human language and they are giving or responding into that same human language again. Okay, so these are basically expert systems with artificially intelligent method. Next we have language processors. As I told you in the previous slides also, that language processor helps to convert the high level language to low level language. But why there are two language processors? It comes with operating system. So why there are two language processors? Because the main difference between two language processors, first let me tell you that how many language processors we have: compiler and interpreter. Compiler and interpreter. Now the difference between these two, that compiler does conversion at once, converts entire high level programming into machine language at once and displays errors together. Suppose you have written 10 lines of a program, it will convert this 10 lines into machine language, and it will, if there is any error, it will show it to you that there are some errors, you please correct it. And what interpreter will do? Interpreter will do the same thing, but one line at a time. First it will check the first line. If there is error, it will send you the message. Then again it will check the second time. Then again it will check the third time. It is totally time taking, but compiler is time saving. So normally while converting high level to low level, they use compiler. Next, there are some high-level languages which in the modern days everybody use. Java for create HTML, Visual Basic, C hash. These are basically like Java for creating applications, HTML creating web pages, Visual Basic is also creating some applications. Basically, high-level programmings are used by the developers to create softwares or websites and something like that. Okay. So that's all in this video. I hope you have understood what are the things I have taught you in the video. There are a few questions. I want you all to answer it into the comment section. You can write it down in your rough notebook or any notebook, whatever you like, and think about these questions and answer them, because these are very important. It will give you the summary about this chapter. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you have liked this video, and if you have enjoyed this video, please share your valuable comments into the comment section. If you are new to this channel, subscribe the channel and activate the bell icon, so that whenever I upload a new video, you get the notification of it. So till then, goodbye. We'll meet in the next video.